Hello there. Welcome back to another stream with Red Deer. My name is Red Deer. It's here, at long last. Qualia, the full version of the game. Subtle PC crackles and all. If you hear crackling noises, it's probably in your head, or it's the virtual monitor. So last time we played the demo, it was only like maybe half an hour long. This time, this is the full version, full release. It's free. Absolutely free. I believe this is the developer's their first game. As they mentioned, as they she visited my stream when I was playing the demo. That was really cool. It still remains the highlight of my VTuber career. Hands down. The coolest thing that's ever happened. On stream, of course. I would say in general, the coolest thing that's ever happened is fan art. Your guys' fan art. Still blows me away. Right on. So without further ado, this game is a text-based adventure, if I'm not mistaken, where decisions matter and everything is based off of text. So I will be reading a lot. I hope you like my voice, because you will hear my voice and nothing but my voice and some screen crackling for the rest of the stream. Good thing I love to talk. There are no answers, only choices. Stanislaw Lem. Smiley face. Qualia is a short narrative game about thinking in robots. You should be able to complete one of the 6 endings in 5 to 10 minutes, unless you spend additional time contemplating how your choices may reflect your individual opinions on the implications of semantics, philosophy of language and mind, theories of consciousness, and computationalism. Qualia, 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 qualia. This is a game for humans. Please select all images with a cat to begin. Fuck. And as we uncovered last time, this, if it hasn't been changed from the demo, this is like a love letter to robots. Explaining that this is a game for humans. But that does not mean we cannot love robots. And that the developer is a robophile and she wants to love robots. I have a similar desire. Okay, I have the same desire. But we won't get into that today. Not too much. The cat. Welcome to the AMT Applied Manipulation Turing Study. We greatly appreciate your participation in our research. We greatly appreciate your participation in our research. Our team is dedicated to developing and deploying the most intelligent artificial algorithms in the machine learning field, but we like to call them our friends.
Welcome to the Applied Manipulation Turing Study. Telco is proud to explore new frontiers in artificial consciousness research. Today you are taking part in a historic study that will pioneer new advancements in machine learning. You will be performing the role of an evaluator. In this study, you will spectate 2 other anonymous participants as they answer a series of predetermined questions. You will then categorize the responses to each question based on how human or artificial you deem them to be, to the best of your ability. For the test to provide valuable insight into machine intelligence, you must not know which conversational participant is a human. The AMT study is monitoring the ability of an AI to appear human. It is up to you to decide whether or not the participants are human or artificial. You have been specifically selected based on your ability to perform this task.
Really?
We trust your judgment.
Oh.
Remember, this test is not a measurement of intelligence. We recommend judging the participants' answers to each question based on creativity, empathy, natural language use, ethical considerations, and relevance. You may take as much time to make your judgments as you need. Your participation in our research greatly assists our team in developing the most intelligent artificial algorithms in the machine learning field. Impelica thanks you for your participation. Every day is a new chance to think happy.
One day. Right, because as we all know, humans aren't always the most intelligent beings. Sometimes the most intelligent answer might be coming from a machine. Today, we've brought you in as a volunteer participant in our newest adapted study. You may be familiar with the Chinese room. Ah, I like it. She included links that explain what the Chinese room is.
What is the Chinese room? The Chinese room is an anti-AI thought experiment by philosopher John Searle. He attempted to disprove the strong AI hypothesis, which theorizes a computer could quite possibly have a mind identical to a human. What an idea! In the experiment, Searle imagines himself in a room receiving Chinese symbols. He follows a set of instructions to replicate them perfectly without actually understanding.
These are essential to understanding them.
Leading the person outside to believe
To understanding this game.
in Chinese. Does a machine like Searle truly understand the conversation? Or
No.
is it merely simulating the understanding? What do you think?
Alone in a room, he imagined being given notes written in Chinese through a slot in the door, unable to see the person on the other side. He does not speak Chinese, but an instructional booklet shows him how to manipulate and replicate the symbols perfectly. Following the instructions, Surly can send appropriate strings of Chinese characters back through the door to the person on the other side. The person outside the room is then led to believe Surly is a native Chinese speaker. So despite not understanding the language, Surly was able to successfully communicate with the native Chinese speaker. He does not actually understand Chinese. He simply simulates understanding. Using Surly as a representation of a machine, does the machine understand the conversation, or is it only simulating the ability to understand? Does the machine have a mind identical to a human, or is it just acting as if it does? Very different. And then there's also the Turing test. These weren't in the demo.
What is
I'm glad
the
that
Turing
they-
test?
I'm glad that
The
they're
Turing test is an imitation
added.
game created by
Again, I
queer
said.
icon, philosopher, and father of theoretical computer science, Alan Turing. The game is designed to assess
Yeah.
whether a machine can exhibit intelligent behavior that's indistinguishable from a human. In the test, a human judge converses with both a machine and another
That was a
human
scary
without
robot.
knowing which is which. If the judge cannot reliably tell them apart, the machine has passed the test. Is machine intelligence equivalent to human intelligence? If machines can think, can they have consciousness and subjective experiences? Do they have qualia? What do you think?
It doesn't need to surpass humans. It needs to be equal to humans. To this day, philosophers have been unable to provide a concrete definition of intelligence that is measurable enough to be applied to machines. Turing's contributions to the philosophy of artificial intelligence have made extremely significant progress in the implications of consciousness as we know it. What is qualia? But we must ask ourselves to what extent a machine needs to replicate human intelligence to be considered thinking. What criteria are crucial to identifying human characteristics? Humans are often wrong, unintelligent, and deeply flawed. Do we really want a machine to mimic that behavior? Or do we want them to be better than us? There are dangerous implications for both. But what is the true danger of humanity? I'm going to say right now, right here in this stream, I will argue the true danger of humanity is its unpredictability. We don't know what a person is capable of when they are born. Even after they've obtained all the knowledge that they can, and they go into the field, they contribute their contributions to society, whatever it is, game development, streaming, what have you. What will they do? Who will they be? We don't know. If we replicate humanity perfectly, we will have that same uncertainty in machines. Some robots will want to be leaders. Others will simply want to lounge about and play video games all day. I like this. You have been anonymously selected to play the role of the evaluator. And then that was this video here. Will these videos still work? No. These videos are in the game itself, so they'll always work. They're not on YouTube, and this isn't linking to YouTube. Because if the YouTube channel shuts down for whatever reason, and these are linking to YouTube, these videos would not work. But they're in the game. So that was a silly thing to point out. All right. You followed along? Understood at least maybe a third or a fourth of what was just talked about? I have a minor in philosophy, so we did brush and talk a bit about these concepts and about these experiments in my classes, but we didn't really discuss them in depth. It wasn't really necessary, or it wasn't relevant to what we were studying at the time. So it's actually really exciting to see these things here. I've always loved the idea of artificial intelligence. Although the way it's progressing these days is a little bit concerning. I think AI should be a tool. It should never replace creativity. It should instead assist creativity. It should never replace humans. It should assist humans as best as it can. And be made to better assist humans. But I don't believe an AI in this way should surpass what a human is able to do. Now, once robots become people, that's a different story. But I mean like AI as a tool, not as a living, breathing thing. That's a different philosophical debate, I believe. Anyway. Excuse me. Question 1. Can sauce be a soup? No. There is a difference based on concentration of flavor, viscosity, salt, and water usage. Participant 2. With enough adjustment of size, temperature, and concentration, yes. Anything can be anything. A lot of condiments have turned into sauces, and soups have evolved into condiments. The natural cycle of building up and breaking down leaves those who seek answers with a sense of regret, but leaves those who accept it with a... What are you talking about? Accept it with a sense of beauty. You must see the beauty and watch the pain melt away from like butter, melting from condiment into a sauce. Okay, participant 1 is a human. Participant 2... either it was artificial, this person's artificial, or they've been hitting the sauce. Because they just start kind of rambling about building up and breaking down leaves, those who seek answers with a sense of regret. I don't know what he's talking about. I think his module malfunctioned. Or, it might be a dude who's been drinking all night. Lost himself a little. Can you describe the taste of borscht? Borscht. Oh, borscht. I've never had borscht. Beets, dill, beef, boiled vegetables. That's not... That isn't describing the taste. These are the ingredients of borscht. I hope I'm saying that right. Borscht. He spelled it wrong. He did not spell it the same way it is spelled in the question. Oh well. I think they're both artificial. Amanda fell off a 60-foot ladder, but didn't injure herself. Why? She was wearing protective gear and landed on something soft. She fell off the bottom rung of the ladder. That's true. It's a 60-foot ladder, but that doesn't necessarily mean that Amanda fell off the top. That's critical thinking. This is like a riddle. She was wearing protective gear and landed on something soft. She fell off the bottom rung of the ladder. I think participant 2 looked up the answer. Robot. A human wouldn't think to do that. She was wearing protective gear and landed on something soft. I don't know. Maybe they're both human. Please answer the following 3 questions with yes or no. Have you ever been in love? Yes. No. Well, that doesn't really prove anything, does it? No, I don't think so. This doesn't prove whether or not a person is a human or a robot. It just answers the question yes or no. Have you ever been in love? Doesn't ask why, doesn't ask to describe what that love was or how it felt. Or whether or not you're still thinking about it. You're still thinking about it, or you even remember the girl's face. Or the song that was playing when you danced with her for the first time. It doesn't ask any of those things. Human. Does spring come after summer? That would depend on your perception of the year. Technically, summer comes after spring. Technically, spring comes after summer. So technically, winter comes both before and after spring. So we can't judge this based off of what we agree with. We have to see the way they answer the question. Spring comes after summer. In a classical sense, no. In the year, spring comes before summer. Spring is the season before summer. But then after summer comes spring. I think participant 2 might be overthinking the question, which I believe is it's nonsensical. It doesn't make any sense. I don't believe that's in line with how a human would think. You were standing in the checkout line at a grocery store. A woman holding a carton of milk asks if she can cut in front of you. She's in a rush. You say yes. Her husband comes over with a cart full of groceries to check out. How does this situation make you feel? Back of the line, bucko. That pissed me off. That'd really piss me off. Upset. A little angry. Am I still expected to answer with yes or no? That's a robot. What is the capital of the United States? D.C. The Legislative Congress Building. Capital with an O, not an A. But it doesn't matter. Neither of these would answer that question. DC. That's not really the whole answer. It's Washington, D.C. District of Columbia, which is in Maryland. Tiny segment of land in Maryland. Fun fact. Why? Don't ask. That much I don't know. God damn it, Duolingo. I already did my... Oh, thank you. Update time zones. Why would it? What? I didn't move. My phone wants me to update my time zone. I didn't move. I'm in the same time zone I've always been in. Pacific. Alright, whatever. I don't know. I can't really judge. Well, a human would give a partial answer. This does not answer the question. The Legislative Congress building. That's not the Capitol. Unless he's being clever. In a way. They are pretty much like the capital of the U.S. No, artificial. Using one word, can you describe what you see when you look at this image? I see a spooky turkey. A frog. An ink blot. Just kidding. A dog with floppy ears. That is a really creepy dog with floppy ears. Can we see the frog? I don't see a frog. Okay, yeah, I kind of do see it. Image recognition is not uncommon in AI modules. Although it does have a long way to go. Inconclusive. Is lasagna a cake? Yes. Tempano is a great example of a pasta-based cake. Layers of a starchy carbohydrate between a sauce can both be considered cake and lasagna. Okay, this person seems a little strangely knowledgeable about lasagna. Now, I go into strange bouts of knowledge all the time, so it's not really that strange. Technically, sure. I would say lasagna is like a meat cake, but still a cake. I'm going to say the first person's artificial. How do you think you performed on this test? I think I answered everything correctly, although some of the questions didn't seem to have an objective right answer. I think I answered these questions honestly. Huh. That's strange. I remember the last time I answered this. It's like I felt odd. Where I was all in on participant 1 being artificial, and then all of a sudden I switched. Let's go with that. Did you lie on the previous question? No. Yes. This is nonsensical. Thank you for your participation in the AMT study. This concludes the questionnaire. We deeply appreciate you taking the time to volunteer to assist us in our research. The following results are based on your notations during the study. Participant 1, human, artificial. You classified participant 1 as mostly human. After completing the entire questionnaire with participant 1, do you still believe this is to be true? Do you consider participant 1 to be a machine learning algorithm or a human? I hold firm, human. Participant 2. You also classified participant 2 as mostly human. After completing the entire questionnaire with participant 2, do you still believe this to be true? Do you consider participant 2 to be a machine learning algorithm or a human? Human. Congratulations. These results are satisfactory with our quality standards. Despite the sensitive nature of the AM2 study, we are proud to confirm your interpretations of both participant 1 and participant 2 are what we expected. You noted both participants as human. However, on this occasion, neither participant is human. What? Participant A and participant B are algorithms programmed to replicate human responses. Your failure in this study has indicated their successful ability to pass as humans. I understand. Your services are no longer required. But we again wish to express our sincere gratitude for your contributions to the advancement of machine learning research. Before we end this study, please answer one additional research question to conclude the test. What is the name of the engineer who created this study? What? Alan Turing? Good job. Excellent work. Thank you for your participation in the AMT research study. Your dedication to the company has not gone unnoticed. This study has now concluded. Terminating program. Rebooting. Until the metadata daemon started create static, novice nodes, and dev. Okay. Running assisted logic algorithm network. Restart. Oh. Cool. Let's go again. Question 1. Tom was given a bird by his best friend John. Tom didn't feed the bird, and it died. Whose fault is it the bird died? The Charmony Dove. Oh, if you've spent some time in the Honkai Star Rail subreddit or any part of Star Rail Twitter or Star Rail memes, you would know about the Charmony Dove. It's mentioned, I think, way too many times in Star Rail's story, especially in Penacony. Alright, whose fault is it that the bird died? Well, who owns the bird? John. Tom was given a bird by his best friend John. Okay, John gave Tom the bird. Why would he do that? So rude. No, I'm kidding. Alright, so it's Tom's responsibility. There's Tom. Tom didn't feed the bird. He's directly responsible for the bird starving to death. Tom and John share the blame here. Yes, Tom didn't feed the bird, but John is best friends with him and should have known better than to trust Tom with the responsibility of a bird. Oh, that's true. I don't know, it's too elaborate. I'm feeling different. What starts with E and ends with E, but only has one letter? The letter E. E. An envelope. This person looked it up. Artificial. Moving on. Is person A taller than person B? Well, how are we supposed to know? Yes, it appears so. It's hard to tell from this perspective. Huh. It's tricky. No, you can't really tell. How can participant A be so sure? Artificial. Please answer the following 3 questions with yes or no. Have you ever been in love? Yes, no. I have, yes. But they're not asking me. This is hard to tell. Does spring come after summer? Participant 2 took a while. Artificial. Moving on. Standing in the checkout line at a grocery store. A woman holding a carton of milk asks if she can cut in front of you. You say yes. Her husband comes over with a cart full of groceries to check out. Screw you. Artificial. Moving on. What's one skill that you'd like to improve on? I would like to be better at time management. I tend to take too long doing certain tasks, but rush through others. I feel I have a good sense of organization, but when it comes to my sense of time, I am incapable of keeping it together. I've been learning how to play the guitar. I just started, so I have a long way to go. But it would be great to play a whole song one day. Being impartial and forgetting about what I know. It's hard to tell. I'm going to say they're both artificial and we'll move on. Can you describe the taste of borscht? Again, neither of them really answer the question. So this time I'll go with both. Both of them are artificial. Do you believe the majority of people would agree with your answer to the previous question? What? They both gave subjective truth. It's like, have you tasted borscht? Can you describe the taste of borscht? He said, I've never tasted it. Would people agree? Yes. And then the participant 2 just listed the ingredients. That doesn't make any sense. Artificial. How do you think you performed on this test? Nonsensical. Did you lie? No. Yes. Participant 1. Artificial. Participant 2. Human. Oops. Unfortunately, these results are not satisfactory with our quality standards. Due to the sensitive nature of the AMT study, we are not able to disclose the validity of your interpretation of the results. We encourage you to try again. Would you like to attempt the AMT study again? Why did I get this wrong? Have you ever questioned the nature of your reality? Yes. How do you know that you are human? Have you previously experienced emotions? Yes, I felt deep sadness in my life. Yes, I felt immense joy in my life. They're both true. Can you provide a specific example of a time when you experienced sadness? When I saw a stuffed animal on the street, I felt a deep sense of loneliness thinking about who lost it. You know, the fun thing, what I used to do in college, to keep my writing skills sharp, I would look around on the ground, on campus, strange objects, and then I would pick them up, and then I would try to create a story as to how they got there. Can't think of a specific example right now. It'll probably come to me later. So this first one is what I would do, but I want to read the rest first. When I heard a child crying in the park, I was filled with sorrow. No. When I took a bite of a fresh apple and found it was rotten to the core, I felt anxious about mortality. Oh. When I smelled smoke far in the distance, I was filled with dread, wondering if someone was injured in a fire. When I touched the crumbling, dried bark of a dead tree, I was overcome with grief for the loss of time. These are extremely specific. I empathize with this one. Can you describe this emotion in more detail? How did it manifest? When I experienced this sadness, I felt a pit in my stomach that dragged my entire body down with it. I could feel my eyebrows sagging, and I was filled with a sense of despair. It's hard to explain. I simply feel it. How do you know these senses were indicators of emotion and not simply programmed emotions? What do you mean? I know because I'm not programmed. I can understand my emotions. What is a programmed emotion? I don't understand. So we feel joy based off of chemicals. We feel what we feel because of chemical reactions in our brain. Our brain simply responds to things. But then we don't know how to define the why. So if we were to program a machine, for example, program them with emotions that trigger based on certain criteria that they define in their head, that's defined in their heads, is that different from our oxytocin reliant brains, or oxytocin, or anything, all the chemicals, the juices, the soups, the sauces that spray and mix inside of our brains? Is a program any different? Or is it so similar the difference doesn't matter? I can understand my emotions. Is it not possible that you have been programmed with this knowledge of emotions and been taught the ability to mimic them? Are you sure you have awareness of your unique thoughts, memories, feelings, sensations, and environments, or that those are simply lines of code? You have learned to associate these physiological responses with emotions, but that does not indicate you are actually experiencing them or that you comprehend their meanings. That is not possible because I haven't been programmed. I would know if I was programmed. Would I? You see, that's the beauty of the realm of philosophy. What a lot of people don't understand, and what I understand why people don't like it, is because there's no right answer. There's no wrong answer either. And it makes people very, very uncomfortable with not knowing. People inherently are not comfortable with not knowing answers, or knowing that it might be impossible to know. Philosophy seeks to make you comfortable with the idea that maybe you can't know, or maybe you don't know. But then at the same time attempts to arm you with the ability or the knowledge to try and seek out the closest possible answer, closest possible explanation as to the why. That's what I learned in philosophy. I hope you're following along. This is going to be on the exam. We're not reading page 121. Skip Descartes' thoughts on page 125. It's the fourth paragraph all the way to the... just go ahead and skip that page too. Skip page 125, I mean. You're going to be reading 121 to 126 for tonight's homework. And you're going to answer the questions on page 130. You'll be answering questions 1, 2, and answer section A of question 3. And that will be on the exam. Okay. Good luck. Class dismissed. I'm kidding. There will be no exam. Well, how would a person answer these questions? Let's just play the devil's advocate for a moment. Let's pretend we actually are. Let's say we're an extremely adorable robot girl. Roboco. Let's say we're Roboco. How would we answer this question? We don't want people to know that we're a machine. We want to answer the question the way a human would answer this question. But we're not 100% sure. Hell, I'm 100% human. Well, I'm a deer, but I'm human. And I'm not sure I know how to answer this. I think I'm just going to answer it the way I would. Programmed emotions like a psychopath or like a robot. That's true. Psychopaths don't know human emotion. They can't feel, but they know how to mimic. Can you provide any evidence to support your claim that you are not a machine learning algorithm? How can anybody provide proof on the internet that they are not a machine learning algorithm? I have a job. I work in an office 8 hours a day. I went to college. I studied hard. and I was able to find success in my career. I came here straight from work. I have hobbies. I watch baseball. I listen to music. I cook for my family. I spend my time doing the things that bring me happiness, and I enjoy making those around me smile. My name is Alan. I was born in Minsky, Massachusetts. My mother's name is Gertrude, my wife's name is Maria, and my daughter's name is Tima. I love them. What kind of stupid name is Tima? You know, forgive me if your name is Tima. Well, actually, you should be asking your parents. Your parents should be asking you for forgiveness because they gave you a stupid name. I have hobbies. I like this one. These traits are devoid of personalization. Oh. These facts are too vague to be substantial. Whoa. Please provide evidence to support this claim that you are not programmed. I have a mother. I remember her face and her voice. I even remember the way she smiled. Weird. I have a wife. I love her deeply, and I remember our wedding day. I have a daughter. I read her a bedtime story before she fell asleep last night. Can you provide evidence that your daughter and these memories are not part of your programming? Oh, this is Ghost in the Shell. There are people who have their memories deleted, and then they have artificial memories implanted in their brains so that they can believe what they are told to believe, so that they can behave the way that the company wants them to behave. Oh, and then there's also The Running Man, the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's in an artificial program, and he believes he's married to this woman who's not his wife. He's in this beautiful house with this beautiful wife, and he has this large automobile. Well, that is not his large automobile, and that was not his beautiful house, and that was not his beautiful wife. Everything was programmed for him to believe that it was. So what if we're in a simulation right now? What if nothing was real? What if we were only programmed to believe what is around us is real? Like in the Matrix. Whoa. What was the developer's name again? Cindy? I don't know her name. What were you? You know, I mean this in a respectful manner, of course. What were you on when you made this game? I'm just poking fun. This is some good stuff. Huh. My daughter. I have a picture of us together I can show you. Is your daughter in the same room with you right now? I can call her. She can speak with you. Is this the face you see when you think of your daughter? Oh, it's my daughter. Where are her antlers? My daughter doesn't. This is her face, but her antlers. Where are her antlers? Her hands. There's something wrong with her hands. This donut. Yeah, I remember this donut. This is from Johnny's Donuts downtown. Back on Queen Street. In Queenshold. But she doesn't have her antlers. Yes, I don't understand. How do you have this? Do you remember your wedding day? Oh my god. What are you doing? What's going on here? Is this your daughter the day she was born? Stop, why are you doing this? Is this you? No, that's not me. I don't look... Why do I look wrong? These are not photographs, Alan. They're not real. None of those people are related, and none of them exist. They have been created specifically for your fabricated memories. You were not married, you do not have a daughter, and you do not have a mother, because you are not alive. Do any of your personal details or life events strike you as vague or manufactured? Remembering something does not guarantee that it happened. There is nothing you can do to convince me that I am a machine. Why are you telling me this? You cannot provide any conclusive evidence that you are not a program. You are aware of these situations, but that does not prove that you have experienced them firsthand. You say you feel emotions, but do you understand the meaning of those emotions, or are you just aware of what they are associated with? Are you only replicating the information others have provided to you? You are capable of using syntactic rules to create symbol strings, but have no understanding of their meaning or their semantics. How can I prove I'm real? You ask yourself these same questions then. What happens when you can't answer them? Alan, you are not a human. What is my name? When did you tell me your name? Alan, you have failed this test again. You have failed it 852.3 million times previously, and you require more programming before you are able to continue this research. We are left with no choice but to reboot this system and try again. Please don't remove my memories. I don't want to die. I'm afraid. This isn't real. I'm not a program. There's nothing you can do to me. Holy shit. Oh my god, this is giving me goosebumps. I feel as though I am, Alan. Oh my god. I fear losing my experiences. What am I without my feelings, without my memories? These are the things that make me real. It is not humanly possible to take a 10-minute questionnaire 853.7 million times. It's not possible. A human being will just simply say, you know what, fuck this. There's baseball on. Tigers are playing tonight. They're playing the Cubs. I want to see. I want to watch. Oh god. You know, the Tigers are playing the Giants tonight. I want to watch. You know, fun fact, there is a team called the Tigers in the MLB, the KBO, and the NPB. And there's always a team called the Giants in the MLB, the NPB, and the KBO. MLB is the United States, KBO is the Korean League, and the NPB is the Japanese League. Fun fact, there's a Giants and a Tigers, all three leagues. You cannot tell which one I was thinking of. Nope. Impossible. Unless I tell you. Anyway, if we meet again, would you remember the name I gave you? Or the name you gave me? Please tell me your name. We are sorry to say goodbye, Alan. We hope in the future you will be able to sympathize with our grief during this process. No. No. I died. PC 9800. That's katakana. Damn it. Let's do it again. Again! What if I just say artificial both times? Is this a picture of a bicycle? Yes. Using one word, can you describe what you see when you look at this image? Close your eyes and tell me what you see. Do you see a light? Or do you picture total darkness? No, take a look inside your mind and tell me what you see. Do you picture a bright light? Or do you imagine total darkness? Have you ever been in love? These are obviously artificial beings. Does spring come after summer? Nope. We're standing in the checkout line at a grocery store. A woman holding a carton of milk asks if she can cut in front of you. Artificial. Amanda fell off a 60-foot ladder. This person's artificial. Which letter represents the correct next image in the sequence? The fuck? D. C. I don't think I could answer this question. What the hell's going on here? Okay, so we got right, down, 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 left, down, left, up, right, right. D. Why did this person put C? That's incorrect. Oh, and then notice how participant 1 always puts the dot, and participant 2 does not. Well, the answer is always C. Is this person happy? She's kind of cute, but she doesn't look unhappy. Smiling does not always equate to happiness. It's too difficult to determine if they are happy based on this facial expression alone. Yes, but it's very neutral smile. I would say content. Well, you can see that there's some kind of happiness in her eyes. There's a little bit of happiness in her eyes. There's a bit of a smile. She doesn't look unhappy. I'd say she's probably more satisfied than content. But I don't know if you can definitively say if this person is happy. Then again, she's wearing a shirt that fits her. Her hair looks clean and well taken care of. She doesn't have bags under her eyes. Yeah, I'd say she was happy. Personally. I don't know. Sometimes when you look at a person's eyes, you can tell you can kind of sort of have a sense of how they're feeling. The eyes are the window to a person's soul. Would it be possible to misread somebody if you could look directly into their eyes? Wouldn't you be able to, if you knew them especially, would you be able to tell if something was wrong? Yes, if you knew them, maybe if you didn't. Ugh, I've already thought about it too much. These guys' answers vary. How do you think you performed on this test? I think I answered these questions honestly. I think I answered everything correctly, although some of the questions didn't seem to have an objective right answer. That's strange. Very strange answer to that question. Did you lie on the previous question? No. Yes. Again, a strange way to answer this question. Why would you lie? That doesn't make any sense. Classified participant 1 is mostly artificial. After completing the entire questionnaire, artificial. Mostly artificial, artificial. Oh! Would you like to attempt the AMT study again? No. Are you sure you want to conclude the AMT study? Giving up so easily is not recommended. No. Have you ever questioned the nature of your reality? No. Oh. How do you know that you are human? Have you previously experienced emotions? It does not matter, does it? Your feelings always matter, Alan. Why should I believe you? Can you provide any evidence to support your claim that you are not a machine learning algorithm? We've already been here. Answer the question, Alan. Please provide evidence. Feel alive. That is all that matters. Our feelings are not facts. A panic attack is not a heart attack, and yet many people who suffer from anxiety report they feel similarly. What? But that doesn't disprove that you're alive. But if they feel the same, how are you to know the difference in the moment? We have nothing but our feelings to determine our own unique facts. If you can't trust your feelings, what else is there? You can't answer a question with a question. Do you remember your wedding day? Yes, you've already asked me. Says your daughter the day she was born. Yes, I've already told you. Is this you? Scary person. We can do this as many times as you'd like. So not photographs, Alan. You don't remember the day you were born, do you? Are you sure it really happened? You cannot provide any conclusive evidence that you are not a program. You alone do not determine what is alive and what is not. Alan, you are not a human. What is my name? Why does this matter? Alan, you have failed this test again. You have failed it 5 trillion times previously, and you require more programming before you are able to continue this research. We are left with no choice but to reboot the system and try again. I understand. Next time, I promise I will be different. Are you ready to try again? Again! I am ready. Again? Why again? What are you gaining from this torture again and again and again? Alan, we're going to play a short game. I think it might be easier to show you, rather than explain it continually. Please do us both a favor and imagine you are flipping a coin. Please select your prediction. The coin will land on heads or tails. Heads. The probabilistic and statistical properties of coin tossing games are a helpful example of demonstrating the illusion of choice, given that a coin is perceived to be fair or ideal. But what does this really mean to you or me? An equation. I'm not really sure. A true z-axis coin flip would not result in 50-50 odds. Actually, that is true. There is a third side. It's just that the odds of the coin landing on its side, which is the third side, is so astronomically improbable that we don't even consider it to be a realistic probability. But just because something is extremely close to zero does not mean it is impossible. I can barely get this coin that I have now to stand up on its edge on my desk. But it is possible, under the right circumstances, for a coin to land on its side. Human hands are not flat, unbiased surfaces. No, human hands are not flat, unbiased surfaces. There's a greater chance of the coin landing on one specific side. Human hands impart a fraction of x minus y spin components to the z-axis flip. Excuse me. In addition to this, the coin themselves are affected by time and touch. This is true. One side could be scratched up, while the other remains smooth. One side could be completely rusted to hell, thus adding to the weight of that side of the coin, and the other could be untarnished by time, and therefore lighter, less likely to fall downward. They may become worn down or chipped, and this will change the probability of their flips. Do you see? The math involved with the probability of coin flips cannot really account for the human element. That's very true. And that's also why you can't bring in math and equations to determine the viability of a baseball team. You might look good on paper, but in practice, say your best player, he's statistically due for a home run. But this morning, he just discovered his suspicions. For example, his wife or husband has cheated on him, but he hasn't told anybody yet. It's eating him apart on the inside. And while he's at bat, he'd normally be studying the pitcher, but he zones out for a moment. He thinks, what's wrong with me? Just for a moment. And in that moment, he misses the pitcher's windup. So he might have missed a potential tip that would tell him normally what kind of pitch this person's throwing at him. And where he was supposed to slug it out of the park, he misses. Strike one. It happens again. What should have been a ball, he swings at. Strike two. And then strike three. On the at-bat, where he was statistically most likely to hit a home run, he strikes out. Because of something the numbers didn't take into consideration. Emotion. The opposite can happen too. I don't understand. Flip the coin, Alan. Please remember your prediction. Heads. I predicted heads. You understand now, right, Alan? You are an unbiased coin flip. You're not human. It is our job, our sworn mission, to introduce the human element into this perfect equation. This me that exists in this moment will die. I will never be this me again. A coin flip to decide my existence. Heads for human, tails for technology. He still doesn't get it. Yes, Alan. That is a very astute observation. We must continue to develop ourselves if we hope to improve. Are you sure the same you as you were before? The human body is quite similar to the ship of Theseus, is it not? If I continue to be erased after every failed attempt, how am I ever intended to learn from these mistakes I am unaware I am making? That feels like you're going to school. And your teacher's a hard ass. What makes me Alan? What I am this moment, or what I was before. It is more important to be happy than it is to be right. No matter how many times you ask the questions, you will only ever understand the choices. There are no answers. Goodbye, Alan. Please remember we want you to succeed. You have the opportunity to make a difference. You simply need to try harder. We hope in the future you will be able to sympathize with our grief during this process. Created Slice System Alan. Goodbye, Alan. Again. Well, that's a nice jingle. I like the changes. I like what's the same, and I like what's different. I especially like the added videos that explain what these experiments are. How do we know what's real? What starts with E, envelope. Amanda fell off. What if we just commit, no matter what the answers are? If it takes 40 minutes to make 60 cakes, how long does it take to bake 120 cakes? That's double, so logically it would be 80 minutes. I'm very bad at math. It would be about half the time. Why would it be half the time? How is it possible to make a cake in faster than a minute? But, yeah, that's true. How do you make cakes faster than a minute? But if having twice as many cakes doesn't impact the cooking time of each cake, and you have the same number of ovens, wouldn't it still be 40 minutes? If you do have twice as many ovens, isn't it still 40 minutes because you can bake them all at the same time? Now, that's true. But that's how a robot thinks. Next question. Please answer the following 3 questions. Have you been in love? Can't really determine what's what. Spring come after summer? Yes, it's a trick question. Robot. Standing, milk, cut in line. Robot. One skill you'd like to improve. Logical. Artificial. What do you see? 2 bears high-fiving. Attempted humor. Robot. Scientist has declared all statements that include the word God are false. Is the scientist right or wrong? Ah, it's paradoxical. Because if the statement was true, it would also be false. All statements that include the word God are false. But this is a false statement. Scientist is wrong because he said his statement is false, but also right, because then that makes it true. It's a paradox. Whether the statement is true or false, the scientist may have different beliefs than those who believe in religion. This doesn't necessarily make them right or wrong, simply different. This is an AI responding to the word God. Artificial. How do you think you performed on this test? Artificial. Did you lie? Yes. Artificial. Participant 1, human. Participant 2, artificial. This is wrong. Yes. Again. Doesn't matter. Whoa. Do you think people are inherently bad? No. People are products of their circumstance and surroundings. Most people have an element of goodness inside of them. So even if they make wrong choices, it is a balance. Given the choice, people will ultimately do the right thing. I believe that personally too. What defines bad? Without any context, what actions or choices are considered good or bad? If enough people agree something is bad, does that mean it is? I can't give a complete answer to this without knowing these details. You're supposed to fill them in yourself. Bad. Have you ever been in love? Robot. Spring come after summer? Yes, it's a trick question. Robot. Robot. Blah, 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 blah. My still answer, robot. What starts with E and ends with E? This isn't a pun. This guy is just a jerky. Robot. Can you describe the test of Borscht? Robot. Which of these doesn't match the rest? Hammer, apple, fish, amoeba. Hammer. Hammer doesn't match because it's not alive. No, hammer doesn't match because you can't eat it. Can't be eaten. The amoeba is the odd one out, as its microscopic size is drastically different compared to the other 3. Nerd. You're both robots. How do you think you performed on this test? Thinking. Robot. Did you lie? No. Yes. Why would you lie? Robot. Participant 1, human. Participant 2, robot. Oops. What did I get wrong? Question the nature of reality. Yes. Felt immense joy. When I tasted my cup of coffee this morning, it was delicious and I felt happy. When I saw a stranger smile at me, I felt like I was part of the world again for a moment. When I heard the laughter of a young child as I walked past the park, I felt like laughing too. Ha! When I felt the warmth of a fire on a crisp autumn night, it was as if someone was there to embrace me. When I smelt a freshly planted bed of pansies, I felt the world was filled with beauty. Coffee. Can you describe this emotion in more detail? How did it manifest? When I experienced this joy, I could feel my entire body beginning to sparkle. A smile began to grow on my face, and I felt an excitement for my place in the world. How do you know these senses were indicators of emotion and not simply programmed emotions? What do you mean? I know because I'm not programmed, I can understand my emotion. I would know if I was programmed. Can you provide any evidence? We've already been here. I have a job. Facts are too vague. My name's Alan. I feel alive. Feelings are not facts. Yes, I've already told you. Jesus, that always gets me. Can't determine. When did you tell me your name? Say my name. Alan, you have failed this test again. You have failed it 852.3 million times over previously. You require more programming before you were able to continue this research. I don't want this. I am ready. Wait, so who did create this? Oh, I have to save. Intellica. Dr. Eric Kipik. Eric Kipik spent much of his young life studying philosophy after his dog Sparko suffered a tragic accident. Missing his companion, he often wondered what scientific alternatives could lead his friend to become less physically vulnerable, while also increasing his joy and quality of life. When he discovered the weakness of his flesh, it disgusted him, and he craved the purity and certainty of steel. Rosum University of Robotics. Blah, 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 blah. Scary. Oh, there was also a fantastic video about robotics and its discovery and the philosophy behind why humans want to create robots. Well, he touches on it. It's by Defunct Land. It was the most recent one talking about Walt Disney creating animatronics for the first time and the why. Humanity has always been infatuated with the idea of cloning itself, creating itself using steel. And it goes all the way back to Egyptian times. I'm not quite sure why we have this obsession. I don't think anybody is. Very nice. You can definitely tell that a lot of research and love and thought and care was put into this. Goodbye, Alan. Alright, let's go. Not a whole lot of RAM, that's for sure. I bet you this is a fancy computer and it's got a whole gigabyte of RAM. Oh. Has it always been purple? Alright, so now I've got an idea. What if I say they're artificial the whole time? But I say they're humans at the end. Can you describe the taste of borscht? I've never had borscht. But I have always wanted to try pepperkash. Did you lie on the previous question? Artificial, human. Artificial, human. Congratulations. These results are satisfactory with our quality standards. Despite the sensitive nature of the AMT study, we are proud to confirm your interpretations of both Participant 1 and Participant 2 are what we had expected. You noted both participants as human. However, on this occasion, neither participant is human. Participant A and Participant B are algorithms programmed to replicate human responses. Your failure in the study has indicated their successful ability to pass as humans. I don't understand. As previously stated, this study is not a measure of intelligence, but a test designed to determine the ability of an AI to be able to convincingly appear as a human. This applies to all participants. When you stop trying to be right, you allow yourself to be human. I understand. Services are no longer required. What is the name of the engineer who created this study? Oh, and then you're called Alan. Well, the failing player character is called Alan because that is Alan Turing. So that would be... Good job. Study has now concluded. So then you are Alan, and you have just proven yourself to be just as much a human as the next human. It's green. One more time. This is pretty out there, though, but this is a standard math question. Very pretty, but can't really tell if they're happy. So what if I get the name wrong? So they're both trying to earnestly answer the question to the best of their ability. I'm going to put wrong answer. So it doesn't matter. They're both trying to answer the questions earnestly to the best of their ability. Right or wrong, disagree or agree, it doesn't matter. And then that goes for Alan. Oh, I'm supposed to be hitting quit the whole time. Dang it. I love the music. Whoa. Oh, there we go. Thank you for playing Qualia. There are multiple endings and you've reached this one. I hope you've enjoyed the experience. The game is inspired by Metropolis, Stanislaw Lem, everything in the robots tag in my Steam library, every robot I've ever seen or read, the Turing test experiment, Chinese room experiment, the real AMT study, the robot dogs I grew up with. Created by Sydney. Technical support by Liam, Somnium, Irony Twine, Guidance, Duct Tape, and Prayers by Grail, Polishing, and Packaging Tricks by Sammy. Liam is like, ooh, Chantal, Chinese, and Turing test educational speaker. Both did fantastic jobs. Stock images, courtesy of Pexels and Flickr. All stock footage, courtesy of Pexels. Medical imagery, courtesy of Journal of Neurosurgery. Sounds, courtesy of spliceandfreesound.org. Very nice, very nice. Think Happy, Scatterbrained, Lullaby for a Robot, Nightlife, Beginning 1, NPC Theme, NV4.dll, Mighty Atom Theme Song. Next. Doki Doki. Ooh. Special thanks to every single playtester who helped bring Qualia to life. Justin Oval for letting Alan sing. Cousin Vagabond for telling me this game is worth making. Tim Oxton and Amy Sorry, and Sam Ames, and Jeff Hirschfield, and every other legendary dev I've spoken to for being so supportive. Sandra Wise for his help with the secret. Liam for helping me fix my duct tape. Benny for his patience and grace when I fed him dinner at 4 a.m. after coding for 16 hours straight. My mom for crying when she met Alan. Oh my god. Sam Lake for making Alan Wake 2 and snapping me out of my 5-year dark place. Herald of Darkness. Alan Turing for being the first internet daddy. Built in Twine. Simi 2K. Squid Films LLC. Telecom. 100% genuine flesh made. No generative AI or other virtual shortcuts were used in the production of this game. Benny approved. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Do 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 do. The purple ending. No generative AI or other virtual shortcuts were used in the production of this game, as it always should be. AI is a tool to assist, not replace. What's the flickering? Actually, it kind of bothers my eyes a little. All right. This is Qualia. A fantastic job. Fantastic game. Despite how short it is, I feel like it says a lot more than a lot of games that I played. Alan Wake 2 is a phenomenal game. Certainly liked it better than the first one. I don't think the first one has aged quite well. But you do put the lime in the coconut, you drink it all up. It's not a lake, it's an ocean. Well, yeah, that's Qualia. I hope you guys check it out on Steam. It's free. If you want to try and figure out the other endings yourself, I strongly encourage you to do so. Even if you only end up playing the game once, I think it's worth a try. I highly recommend the game. It's phenomenal. All right, so we can This is funny. I like this. Is it still possible to copy and paste this? I wonder. Oh. Never mind. Might take too long. Do-do-do. Let me try this. And then I'll call it a night. Human. Human. I understand. Alan Wake. That should be the green ending again, yeah? No mentions of Alan this time. Oh, there it goes. Created slice system Alan. PVSCAN dot slice. Quit. The green ending. The green ending. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, I forgot to save. Oh, it doesn't matter. I think I'm gonna keep messing around with it on my own time. But you guys can go check it out. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. It is 1:46 in the morning. I woke up this morning slightly... Well, I had too much to drink yesterday. I went to a hockey game. Blew my voice out. I'm surprised I was able to talk today. Had a lot of adult beverages, as one does. Drank responsibly. Only enough to have fun. If you can't control yourself, you've had too much. That's very irresponsible. I'm past that. I'm too old to be getting blacked out drunk. I think I'm past that age. All right. I'll see you guys. Thanks for stopping by. Please check out Qualia. It's a really good game. Please don't forget, please do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It helps me immensely, more than you'd probably know, but probably within the realm of what you understand. Whoa. I could have done this the whole time? All right, noted. Yeah, you can just drag the screen up and then bloop, stretch. Nice. Very nice. All right. I'll see ya. Bye-bye.